This is called Yesterday Was My Hero. And I guess they're the closest to sort of what's happening in the world that I get to. I'm not that, educated, edumacated, am I? Yesterday was my hero. I chomp on yesterday's sushi and a pocket full of walnuts. There's termites in the uprights, controls shattered on the floor, chocks in cracks of door. On the news, nothing but war. Shirl no longer sings horror movie, but it's still there 30 years gone. Water filters, poison, fluoride, toxic, chlorine, heavy metals, no Bon Scott to sing TNT anymore. And petrol's done, gone way, way up when 95% of us are poor. Mustard gold curtain, gas heats my teats, my heat rocks on, but Elvis doesn't have blue suede shoes anymore. Floorboards are bare, bar the green, green grass of home. China has a massive earthquake, Burma a horrifying monsoon, but that was yesterday's news. Double-sided sticky tape seals the edges, glitter flickers, lids off, dry our colours for next time. Donovan no longer sings Mellow Yellow. And whatever happened to Woody Guthrie and Joan Baez? They are still making little boxes made of ticky-tacky, and Peter, Paul and Mary wondered where have all the flowers gone. There are now more babies dying than petals on the wind. We watch on jelly button screen George Orwell size. Reality TV is passé. No umbilical on our telephones. We freeball, hands-free, in Kentucky burger shake land. Coffee simmers, tumours, chew gum, undies are bums, mums are strange from mums, love just don't live here anymore. Humans absorb hormones from meaty plastic, Tupperware is cheap, recycled cheaper, but our food goes up, up and away. TAA doesn't fly here anymore, nor Ansett. Virgin is our bird. Nothing about highmen. Only if you're a sailor. No more Norman Mailer. All those pretty little horses and the spinning wheel goes round and round as I rock in my moaning chair, reclining, legs in air, imagining, aspirating my Hashimoto's. No more yesterday's heroes. Just yesterday's photos.
Melbourne, 4 a.m. She's mostly asleep, eyes closed, draped around the bay, subtle toes closed over Frankston, her head pillowed on the ripple of hills to the northeast, King Lake maybe, where suicides go, to watch the city disappear. She's drowsing with her other knee around Williamstown, the bridge her garter, the empty streets to the west of her at rest. She's 300 parks waiting, their paths in shadow. She's the furtive scurry, the dead elbow of Russell and Burke. She's the sudden hush of Carlton. She's small boats going out from the port to net those first inquisitive fish. She's a tired pro driving home to Beaumaris to pay off the babysitter and then lie down beside her daughter in the dark. She's young hips pumping in the back lanes of Collingwood. She's someone bleeding on a street in Reservoir. She's the ancient trees of Kew pressed knowingly together over motionless avenues. She's weary police on surveillance in Footscray. She's a single father getting up to rock his son to sleep for the 5th time. She's the sigh of Northcote, the scream of Seaford. She's every driver running the Brighton lights. She's tears at South Bank and angry boys riding the Broadmeadows line. She's a kiss in Windsor. She scarves on the driveways of High Street. She's the stolen scent of roses and lavender on the rising tide of morning. She's a wrecking ball paused above the shells of buildings few of us will remember. She's the engineer of the day's first train, arising quietly so as not to disturb his wife. She's sporadic traffic necklacing the river. She's punt road finally slowing down. She's fairy floss dropped onto hot cement. She's each of us steering our dreams as we turn away from the wall. But mostly she's asleep, the bridge her garter, eyes closed, on her side, draped around the bay.
The whale has been getting a good press lately. His skin is like oil paper, blotched with olive and grey rosettes. He concentrates on building nests, which are large and untidy, as opposed to the restless turkey, who always has 10,000 eggs and has to build a nest for each clutch of 5. It is not surprising she is always nervous and excitable. Whales are fashionably suave, but are clumsy dancers who always tread on your feet, whereas sardines are excellent dancers, but cannot be relied on to do the right thing in general. I passed her the Benedictine, but she spat it back in the bottle, claiming that it was thin and watery, and she never liked Benedictine anyway. What could I do? It was all I had. I still hoped to get her tiddly. She was more fun that way. Whales tend to prefer strawberry liqueurs, while as for me, I like drinks made from oranges. The door robot could not stop me. I walked through it like glass. This car is more tin box than windows, I complained. And we got stuck in the seaweed, which flapped at us ineffectually with strands like limp, wet, fat fingers. Long strands of glutinous eggs, probably from Cherokee, draped across the windscreen like strands of blobby pearls. The lobster tried to raise his bowler hat, but it got stuck in his spines and he cursed. His feet were going purple in the sunlight. I knew I would end up with chubby Josephine. She took a manly swig of her Benedictine, which I passed her while swerving around the limpets. What could I do? It was all I had. She caught my eye and I knew everything was going to be all right.